I'm so excited to meet here, dearest Ananta Kranti. Hello, dear Ananta, and thank you for showing up here.
Oh, thank you for the invitation. That's beautiful. It's really a pleasure to be with you in this energy right now.
Hmm. Yeah, we can stay like this and just to feel each other. Um, I remember when I contact you for the first time, when I sent an invitation to join the Liberatory Power of Eros retreat. And I explained something like this is revolutionary to meet Eros, to meet all parts through Eros. And your reply was so natural. You answer, but Lubo, this for me is so natural. I share this in my satsangs. So why this new and revolutionary? And I was, yeah, the right teacher for this retreat. So, Ananta,
Uh-huh.
please share what awakening looks like and what is connection with Eros. What is for you Eros and awakening?
I was looking at this morning as we're leading up to meet, saying, yeah, you know, when I first went to Osho in my 20s, anyway, the pleasure energy and the natural erotic energy of life was always natural to me anyway. But somehow it wasn't like wasn't given permission everywhere, you know. So in my younger, like in my 20s, early 20s, we were taking like MDMA and we were taking drugs, and then everybody was opening into this energy. It was like everybody was like in ecstasy, but they had to take the drug, right? And so this was very present in my life. And then I was called to Osho ashram in Pune in my 20s. And there it was all about like releasing all the repressed energy, all these meditations to drop all the boundaries of the repressions and the the heavy structures of suppression, keeping the energy down. And the whole ashram was full of like, whether it was ecstatic dance or it was screaming and shouting meditations to get everything out, and then you were left with this ecstatic. Somehow, if I use the word erotic, I don't necessarily mean sexual, although the way I feel it is it's the deep sexuality. It doesn't mean that you now have to go to have sex. It's more the sexual energy that life is. Because we are all here because of sexual energy, right? Without sexual energy, we couldn't come into existence, right? And everybody, a human being is made,
Mm.
right? Without the sexual energy coming alive, it births our very existence. But it doesn't. It's not just in the sexual act. It's a life force energy that's it's either awakened and free and allowed, and or it's suppressed and the life becomes very like locked into conditioned structures and mind. And so in the Osho ashram, it was very much whatever you were doing. If you were doing like primal deconditioning, or you were doing active meditations to scream all your stuff out and, you know, take a pillow and kill your parents or something. Whatever you were doing, whether you went into laughing and crying or whatever you went into, once you got all that out, you were left with this ecstatic life force that just started to come through, and it became creative. Out of that, creativity. And that was what Osho was talking about all the time. He said, you cannot be silent and you cannot be creative until you empty all these repressions and the life force is free. And it was a tantric field. But, you know, when people think about Tantra, they think always about, well, not all people, but many think about is sex. And of course, the sexual act is included, but it doesn't have to be. It's the aliveness of the deepest sexuality that godliness is, making love with itself through the creativity of the trees, the birds, the flowers, all of this is birthed out of sexual energy from where you know. And so I feel that there in that field, I became like I found the permission to let this, and so did everybody else, many other, you know, not everybody, but almost everybody, without drugs, to find the naturalness of allowing this freedom to go into, you know, eating a meal became ecstatic and erotic, right? And you could just be gone in this, and we would all be sharing in this energy. So it was, and at that time, I never heard of something like non-duality. That was far away, you know, never heard about that. But Osho was talking about enlightenment. He was talking about oneness. He was talking about there is no one in here. He was revealing the truth. It just wasn't in the form of a non-duality teaching. It was vast. It was everythingness. And once we could really allow ourselves to really play in the everythingness, we could sink down into the deepest stillness, into silence, and find out at the core of all of that, there is only source. And the source of Eros is who I am. So it's not that Eros is something out there or other, or I cannot separate myself from that. What is the source of Eros becomes the question, the investigation, the inquiry that links that energy with who I actually am. When we inquire at the depth of that, who is here to experience all that? And finding that only this is, that's where it joins the, like what you talk about now, bringing as a path to non-duality. I was like, as a path to non-duality, I had to really, how is that a path? I had to really, and I was like, okay, you know, because
Yeah, I understand. To talk about non-duality and Eros as a things, it's oh,
yeah, like how
it's
can it be a path when the very energy of that itself, the source of that is what I am? But it's through the direct inquiry of who am I, what am I? discover there's no one in there, and that there is only this life force, whether it's in stillness, whether it's in erotic, ecstatic, free-flowing life force. There's only that, and who am I? So this is kind of where it comes together. But the question you asked me was, yeah, I mean, I was always, and I think, or I feel and think that when we are children, many children are naturally connected to, unless we're mistreated, pleasure. The first moments when we're children, when we start to discover there is something like sexuality, there's an act, well, at least for me, I don't remember, I don't know about, but pleasure is the thing that is calling us to explore it somehow. Yeah.
In so beautiful way, it's like an invitation to find home, to find ourselves.
Yeah.
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 This is so a beautiful message that non-dual awakening and erotic awakening are one and the same. This is
Yeah.
not sexual awakening, like this
No.
is more grounded, more. It's difficult to talk about this as a thing.
But
Yeah.
I feel that because people create, or the mind creates the separation of what non-duality is, and then thinks of sexuality as something other than that. Like the idea that it shouldn't be, that it's not included.
Mhm.
And the old teachings that, the very kind of strict teachings of, say, for example, like Buddhist teaching or whatever, not to follow desire, and these
Mhm.
kind of teachings that all have their place, it kind of has created a lot of ideas about separating. This is sexuality, this is self-realization, this is to be free of ego means there's no more desire, all these things,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, but also Buddha mentioned nirvana, but in teachings this is like a forbidden. What does mean nirvana? What? This is some stateless state? No, nirvana is much deeper. So Buddha
Yeah.
mentioned exactly this. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. It's we are in a time now. The time that we are in now is to blow all of these misunderstandings and to really open what we are and free all of these. We don't need to go and get therapy, and well, it has its place, but we don't need to go and heal all these things to get access and be allowed to enjoy the essence of our being. I've always, in the retreats, I've always included ecstatic dance. It's always been there as part of the way that I shared. And so it was always that people would come to a retreat, and we always start with like 45 minutes of great music. And people let go, and they just open, and the room is alive, and you can feel the energy is there, fully available. And where did it come from? Where did we get it from? It was just always available. Just that we give space to really let go and really free and and then the room is just full of this. And then we go and sit, and drop into silence. And then this is starting to, and it's running through every cell. It's just pouring through, and it's godliness, it's the truth, it's source, it's whatever word we want to describe it. Everybody knows it, has access. It's what we are, right?
Mm.
Call it Eros.
Wow. I like the way how you you not explain, you just show it here. You bring this here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We are here to liberate ourselves, but not to put in some ideas what awakening and we should feel.
Exactly. There is so much loaded misunderstanding about should, what it should look like. If you were awakened, then this is not, and this is that, and this is that. Just dance.
Mm.
Just, just free yourself.
So we pass through this that non-duality is not a thing, Eros is not a thing. Awakening is simply realization, what we are, the source. And all boundaries and ideas, what we should like and should feel to just to falls away. And if you, yeah, let's say when we experience ourselves as persons and we start from our childhood with this fixation, our teachers in school, they fix us because we can't write, we cannot read, and we have fixed. And this, let's say, brings a lot of trauma in us that we are something unworthy, incapable in life. And then we start searching to heal ourselves. And we meet this invitation, love yourself, love every part in you, which is powerful, beautiful invitation. But now, what is happening when we invite Eros to meet all our parts?
I never thought about it like that. That Eros to meet these parts. I always felt it and experienced it like the true meeting of whatever sense of identity, sense of, for example, these traumatized, lost, split off energies like unworthiness or rejection wound or whatever those aspects are, to be met in what I am, in this true meeting, is like a true meeting of what I actually am and the sense of self met. And there is like this dissolving back into the life force. Yeah, it's like a subtle kind of bliss. So I never thought about calling that Eros, but I don't have anything against that. I wonder, for you, how did this discovery come? And what that has meant for you, like to discover that you make a difference to call it Eros than the life force. What is that difference for you? I know you're supposed to be interviewing me, but this is happening.
Mhm. Yeah, sure. Yeah, because we start talking about that, yeah, non-duality errors are not a things. Ah. And you are absolutely right to mention that what we are, the very source, the Eros itself, we are meeting everything that appear in us as whatever is that, all our aspects. So yeah, thank you for asking and to clarify that.
Yeah, I just got a flashback now, like when I first went to the ashram in Pune, and it would be like, it was so natural for anybody to just connect with anybody and just go into these long, deep hugs. And then you would enter this ecstatic space, and sometimes I'll be gone for like, can be 2 3 hours just in this other planet of ecstasy, just gone and gone and gone. And it wasn't, at that time even questioning like, what does it mean, what is it done, none of that. It was just like home, like there is nothing else. There is just this, like entering this ecstatic space of pure love and pure being. And the person that you had gone into this hug with, you both disappeared into this energy field, into this space, So when I think about it, like right now, about how this can be a path to non-duality and self-realization, then I can see that yes, it was, because I disappeared in those moments. I just didn't have the inquiry of who am I then.
It's pure realization.
Pure realization. You disappear, and when you disappear in that, it's like, I think that looking at it right now, it's like the clarity then wasn't there for, and it wasn't the time for that, to realize I am that, I am that. There's, because Osho was talking about it all the time, saying there's nobody in there. Try to, like go right to the center and you find nobody. He was saying it, but at that time, even though it takes just a moment, just a single, not even a moment, to really truly recognize, to really truly see and taste and directly experience what I truly am, it takes not a moment. It still takes a long, long time to be really, really ready for the depth of understanding, like, and to value that, be ready to value that, to be ready to disappear and let go of all the things that stand in the way, that suppress, that hold you hostage, that keep you thinking that you've got this problem and you've got this thing, this limitation and this thing. And all, it's just all of that. So I'm just looking at it with you now. I'm just kind of seeing how, yes, we can say that it is a path, it is a way to self-realize, because directly in these states of being, you are no more. And if you have the inquiry alive of who am I, while opening to, even to say pleasure states, is kind of a limitation. Because then somebody's thinking, I have to feel pleasure. How can I get pleasure? You know, it's just the being is pure pleasure by itself without anybody grasping, or I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yes, of course. And this is how you explain beautifully how Eros is meeting all parts and dissolving, or eating, or making love with them, or
Yeah.
yeah, and transforming.
Ah, it's like life comes back to itself.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Through the doorway of pain, also. If you
We,
go to the heart of pain and you go through the doorway and you open into, I want to say the cosmos, but it's the doorway through our being as it opens into pure being.
yeah.
Yeah.
We enter as Eros. Ah,
Yeah. Yeah. I feel it right now.
ah,
Yeah. I feel it. Yeah.
ah.
I'm getting flashbacks now of in the deepest moments of heartbreak when I fell, like the surrender of me into the pain, it opened into pure love, pure bliss, pure ecstasy. And we can call that Eros.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
However, I almost said but. So for inviting people to join us in this retreat,
Mhm.
what is the are they like okay, now they want this? How are they, what is the expectation? What are they coming for?
Mhm.
You know?
Beautiful question. Thank you for asking. 5 teachers, 6 days. First day is Q&A with all teachers. And just to enter to this doorway, this is like these interviews, but with all teachers together. Just flashes, flashes, flashes. And to break through uh, beliefs and mind ideas, what this should look like. And then the first day, one of the teachers, Adam Traxfield will open to enter. And our participants will be invited to dunk to in the deepest core of life, of pleasure, of to discover erotism in them,
Yeah.
in us. And from there, every day, different teacher with different flavor will move in this space and lets everything that wants to be eaten from Eros and dissolved to be dissolved in pure pleasure and bliss.
Yeah. I
Ah.
want to come.
Yeah. And you are the Sunday and 14th of September.
Yeah.
And,
I kind of, though, what's coming up for me in this moment is like, okay, so the dangling of the carrot, right? So they come because they want all this. But do they know that you have to die for that?
mm,
You have to die as a separate,
yes, die but in pleasure.
yes. Well, dying is pleasure. I mean, as far as I can
Yeah,
taste,
yeah,
dying must be the greatest climax of the life, right?
yeah. This was my direct experience. I chat with Adam Chacksfield, and suddenly there appear little fear from that, and then it's pure realization, seeing that that is cosmic orgasm. This is wow,
Yeah.
wow,
The
and
ultimate climax of life.
yeah, and I
So then
found.
we could
Hmm?
go,
And
go on.
and I found today one small bugs crickets that are making noise with their wings,
Yeah.
making noise, and making hotter until they explode.
Wow.
Wow, this is exactly this showing that this is cosmic orgasm. This is wow.
Yeah.
So, guys, we invite you to come to die before die to
Yeah.
experience that like cosmic orgasm. Still, the body will be here.
Yes. Because the fear of death, it's like it brings this contraction. But and it's the same, sorry, it's the same as, like the willingness to lose yourself, to give yourself up. That death is the only way you can experience ultimate pleasure. It's the only way that you can really die into the cosmos, which is orgasmic. You have to be willing to die to experience and to really die. To keep being willing to die to your experience opens the
Yeah, but again, to die, but in beautiful way. To die and still alive. It's something
yeah,
both. Yeah.
die before you die. I did a couple of retreats with that title.
Mhm.
Because it's freedom. It's freedom to be willing to meet the things that stand in the way, and that's basically why pleasure is so limited for many people. Is because of all the what stands in the way as identity and control and fear. And when the identity is free, then the body holds all of its control mechanisms in pleasure. Can you allow yourself to?
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. The invitation is to all people watching this. So allow yourself to be seduced. Ah, to die as persona and to reborn as Eros.
Exactly.
Ah.
And this is the greatest practice of the life, you know, to keep dying to what we're not and being born into what we are.
Mm.
We have every opportunity. Every day we have an opportunity to die a little more. But to actually be born into what we are, it can be helpful to have guidance, to come together, to be in the energy field of what we are.
And that, yeah, to be what we are, this is, I don't know how this will sound, but this is like to be turned on by that. To be what I am is, wow.
Yeah, God is making love with itself. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that everyone can feel this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's never about the words. Where are we coming from and what are we entering? And the the uh, the aliveness of the energy field speaks what these words can't speak. And those who are ready to taste it and value it,
Let's
this is
come.
the whole point. Yeah. It's not like, because many people get hung up with, but this teacher said this and one said that and they said the wrong thing and they cause more problems and da da. But they listen too much to the words and fix them.
Mhm. Yeah. Thank you for sharing this. Yes, exactly. So invitation is taking part in these retreats. The word will be, let's say, meaningless. So the powerful insights will come through you. This realization that that is cosmic orgasm can't enter through the mind is impossible. It's no way. But this will become your insight, or maybe other insights will come in.
Yeah.
And that's why it's beautiful that 5 different teachers. This is impossible to meet different teachers in one moment. This is so easy online because from everyone is coming something unique.
Yeah.
And yeah, and let's inside start blossoming and oh,
Flavors.
yeah,
Yeah. Which is a beautiful way to show that it doesn't look like this and it doesn't look like that and it's not what this one said and it's not what that is, what all of that is pointing to.
oh, yeah, oh, yeah, exactly. What pointing with what? Even not with finger.
No. The words are like pointers, but the words are being moved by that energy that we're pointing to.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And it is so easy to recognize from this vast space where this dialogue is happening, pointing to this vast space. It's more obvious than every word, every explanation.
Exactly. It's tasty. Delicious.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, so delicious.
And this energy that we're opening into, it's creative also. It is what is creating. It's the, like you said, I heard you say before we started recording, it's the creativity that when you use this energy for the creative expression, it's not separate from anything. It's also the way we create our life work from this energy. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you for mentioning that. So we are moved not from ideas what should, because when we see that there are no such word, then we are moved only by errors. Only, how Eros want to move through us, or as this body, or as. Oh, oh, there is no other reason to move. Oh, yeah. Mhm.
It cannot be bottled.
Bottled, yeah, yeah. Or to be put in the book, and yeah, here
Ah,
it is, your Eros. Read it and learn it.
always available. It comes to me right now that when Papaji was speaking, because when you said books,
Mhm.
when Papaji came, I feel that when he was speaking of this, he was calling it the beloved. The beloved. It's just speaking a different language, but it's the same. The one we long for.
Mm.
The essential. When it moves from Sat, Chit into Ananda and plays, it's playing in all the ways. And if somebody has not lived a full sexuality, then the freedom of that moving into that play it becomes it's a spiritual, you cannot separate spirituality from sexuality. It's one movement.
Mm.
For some, I mean, I'm not saying that for some it's just never not the way. Sexuality has not been included. Like one of the teachers I was with, the final teacher I was with, she wasn't at all. She was like, I think, just 2 weeks in her life at the age of 18, she explored sexuality, and after that, never ever again. And she's fully free, you know. And when I was with her, I asked her, so what about all this, I got all this like sexuality, what I'm supposed to do with all this, because I didn't know at that time, like, oh, am I supposed now to
Bottle it, yeah.
be here? This shouldn't be here. What am I supposed to do with all this, And she said, why you don't just dance? Why you don't, some people, she said, I like ice cream, have ice cream. And I was really, oh God, this life force, it wants to merge with all that is in an orgasmic way. It was just natural, I was in my 30s, and so I had to find those answers myself, and it really, I had to find it for myself. It wasn't anything about the way spirituality should be. Then you lose all the desire, you have no more sexual desire, you have no more need, you have no more this, that. I had to find what was true for myself, and part of that was really meeting this erotic energy as godliness.
Mm.
If it's with the other, as God. If it's with the whole, when I say God, I just mean one. The
Yeah.
life force. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so happy that you mentioned this. Yeah, talking about sexuality with spiritual teacher, this is so rare, rare opportunity, rare, yeah, because this is the core, the source. This is directly in the heart. It's
It was
burning.
not it was not rare for me. Like I said to you, when I first responded, when I first started, I didn't say this, but I'm just seeing this now. When I first holding satsang in India, in Pune, I was still in my, I think I was late 30s or early 40s, I don't know. But I was wearing dresses it was all open, and I have these voluptuous, wonderful papayas. Somebody was telling me, but the papayas, wow. And I was wearing pearls dropping into my cleavage, and people were coming, and I played this music, and the women were sitting in front of me going, I'm so glad you're showing your breasts, I'm so happy that you are sitting there like that. And I was like, what? It was just like, why not? I'm just myself. And so it was kind of unheard of then, and especially because so many male teachers sitting there, just nobody here, da da da, ba ba ba, da da da. So it was kind of new-ish, but to me, I was like, what are they talking about? It was just, and doesn't have to be this big, oh, I'm so sexual, oh, I'm the goddess, doesn't need to be that either, It's like, it can go too far in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. When we meet it and feel it, there are no words because they start burning inside.
Yeah. It's nothing to do with what it looks like. It's nothing to do with it's nothing to do with that. And so many people get hung up on that, you know. This juicy energy is the life force, and it doesn't need to be put in any box. Like, now I become the Tantra Queen. Now I become nothing wrong. Everybody's choosing their identity. But it's natural to all of us. It's our nature. It's
Yeah,
our birthright. Yeah.
I can share that when we connect with this, so first start burning because I don't know why, but it's burning.
What is burning?
Uh, the source, the erotism inside, it's like fire, but it's a beautiful way. And then every movement, what we want to do or something is driven from here, and then the flavor is beautiful, the inspiration is beautiful. It's a ah, ah. Yeah. And with this connection, now to chat with Ananta, it's a wow. We can sit like this and to feel each other and to share this intimacy, this ultimate pleasure.
It's intimacy, yeah.
Mm.
Without any grasping. It's just the intimacy of our real, true essence.
Yeah. And to feel our own erotism is not mine, is not her, it's
Mm. It's free.
a PIS connection. It's ah. Mhm. Yeah. Oh. Ah. How do you feel, Ananta? We can uh, we can stop here or we can continue. How if you want to share, we don't have limits, but yeah, we're following our pleasure with this
I was
interview.
just, in that gap, in that space, I was just seeing like, it's like to have a dream that all beings come to know freedom, that all beings come to live freedom and find this. It's a fulfillment that is already inherent in the being and expands into. It's just like, I just heard the words, I have a dream. Maybe it will never happen in this lifetime, but the more beings that become free is, yeah. So, yeah, I guess I would say that anybody who's watching this and does feel even the call or the attraction to meet us in this energy field, welcome, welcome to come and deepen in a space of what none of us know. None of us can know what happens when we all come together. And that's entering a field together that is birthing the unknown out of this intention.
Oh,
Yeah.
So powerful invitation.
Uh,
Mm, yeah. Welcome, guys. Let's meet each other. And yeah, we're all this. Let's share ourselves. Feel us. Yeah. And okay, and for the end, you can find uh, in the description there is uh, Ananta's site website, and you can reach her to work with her to see what she offers, and also the link for the retreats. You can register and to read more of them. So thank you again, Ananta. It was such a joy to meet you.
Such a joy, same joy. And
Mm,
thank you to anyone who has watched this far. Yeah,
yeah.
much love. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm, mm,
Oh, yeah. So much love.
yeah, yeah.
Mm. Bye, guys.